Welcome back, everybody. GTC21 is off to a fantastic start, and yesterday was Jensen's keynote speech. Now, I was left with the impression that NVIDIA is working on a massive amount of projects, and in fact, the announcements came so quickly it was difficult to keep up. Some highlights were Grace, the new chip from NVIDIA for data centers, the Swiss National Computing Center creating a 20 exaflop computer based on NVIDIA's GPUs, as well as I believe the Grace chip was what I understood, the DGX SuperPod, Bluefield 3, EGX Enterprise, 5G AI, all the Project Morpheus, NVIDIA Drive Orin. That's a huge amount of stuff, and that is only a small subset of what they discussed. So a huge amount of projects, and in particular, the ones that stood out to me were the following. So the Grace chip, I think, is probably the biggest game changer for the industry. Now, of course, at the moment, as far as I'm aware, and last time I looked was a little while ago, so this could be outdated information, but as far as I'm aware, x86 is king for general compute workloads, although I believe that is coming to an end, given that I've read rumors that Apple is programming a new version of their OS to work on an ARM chip for their laptop and desktop computers, as well as I know that Microsoft offers an ARM-based version of Windows 10. So it appears that ARM is making inroads into the general computing space, as well as, our phones operating on it, and they're generally fast enough for most things, at least as far as most consumers use computing devices, right? Browsing the web, watching videos, it's fast enough for those purposes. Now, of course, data centers are a whole different ballgame, but with NVIDIA throwing resources behind it, I have no doubt that it's going to be well executed and will more than live up to the quote-unquote hype. Now, if I were Intel, I would be quite worried about this at the moment. Intel, of course, is struggling with their own manufacturing issues with 10 nanometer, let alone getting down to 7 nanometers. They're losing market share to AMD in the data center. Now they're going to have NVIDIA chipping away on the other end. And they, in particular, do not have a strong AI solution. They have the DG GPUs, I think they're called DGX is what it's called, but it's not really a serious product. At least at the moment. Maybe in 5 years they can make it into something, but Intel's history is that it'll work on a project for a few years and then just abandon it later. So I honestly expect them to do that and cede that whole space back to NVIDIA and AMD. Now, the most game-changing thing about it, I think, is the ability to provide massive amounts of throughput to the GPU. So the data transfer will no longer be a bottleneck as the demand for AI grows. So I found that pretty exciting, quite interesting from an industrial perspective. And the next thing I found most interesting was the cuQuantum. That wasn't a huge part of the keynote, but it gives me a fair amount of hope for the field of quantum computation. Let's face it, deep learning wasn't a whole lot of anything until NVIDIA started putting resources into their unified device architecture in the mid-2000s. Obviously, it had been in research for many years prior to that, but it wasn't a consumer-grade product until they released the 8800 GTX in, I think, 2006 or 7. And so with them pouring resources into the simulation software for quantum circuits, perhaps quantum computation can get a similar boost to what deep learning got in the mid-2000s. Now, I've already selected the 5 winners, and they are Simone, Shankar, Syed, Josh, and Piero. I will post this information in the community tab of the YouTube channel, as I stated in the prior video, and you all can reach out to me at phil@neuralnet.ai. I'll leave a link in an email address in the description for you to email me, and I will send you your unique code. It's only redeemable for one person, as well as instructions on how to redeem it. I want to really thank everyone for your participation in this. There was actually more participation than I was expecting. I didn't think a whole lot of people would chime in, but many people did, and for that I am very grateful. So thank you all for watching. If you've made it this far, go ahead and give it a subscribe, drop a comment down below, and shameless plug, my own courses are on sale right now through Udemy. I haven't plugged them in a while, so I feel obligated to do so now. Check the links in the description. I'll show you how to turn deep learning papers into code. That's all for now, and I hope to see you all in the next video.